I think, and the arts are more important here than they are in my country. You still fund them to some degree. Be careful about that. That's slipping away a little bit. But I tried to figure the whole thing out. For one thing, like the math I know about Canada versus the United States is based on, I have 1 platinum record in the States and I have 4 in Canada. And the difference is, back when they were doing that, in the States, a platinum record was 1 million records, and here it was 100,000, because that's the ratio between the population of Canada and the population of the United States. Now take that and just hold that number in your head, and then consider this. In the first wave of post-Bob Dylan songwriters, before we produced anybody remotely as good as Bob, Canada produced Gordon Lightfoot, Ian Tyson, Joni Mitchell, and Neil Young. And a lot of other great Canadian songwriters that we didn't hear about down south, Murray McLaughlin. And we've been losing those guys, you know, and kind of, it's what happens, you know. I knew Lightfoot and Tyson. I knew Lightfoot better than the rest of them. I didn't know Leonard Cohen, but I saw that last tour visit. I think it was the best show I've ever seen. But there's another Canadian that we lost just in the last few months that you may have never heard of, that I promise you had a lot to do with the music you grew up listening to. She was from Toronto. Her name was Mary Martin. And Mary, when she was 18 years old, traveled down to New York City on her own, and she was a hostess at the bitter end on Bleecker Street in Greenwich Village, where she met all the performers there, including Bob Dylan. And she met his manager, Albert Grossman, and she went to work for him. She was his assistant. And not too long after that, Bob had gone electric, and the Butterfield band got sick of getting booed, and they quit, and Bob needed a band. And Mary said, "Ooh, I know some boys in Toronto." Mary Martin introduced Bob Dylan to the band. And then a couple of years later, she went out on her own to manage acts herself. And her first act was Leonard Cohen. And she's totally responsible for giving him that deal with Columbia Records. And Suzanne, the original demo, was recorded in Mary's bathroom. And then she went on to work for Warner Brothers Records, where she signed Emmylou Harris, Rodney Crowell, and Guy Clark. She lived the last 30-some-odd years of her life in Nashville. And she was the person that I went to figure out how I was doing artistically. I valued her opinion more than almost anyone's. And she believed in me when everybody else had given up, including myself. So, Canada's important to me, and I think it's important to the rest of the world because it's really weird out there right now. I'm actually, in the last few weeks, I have a little bit of hope. What you can do, for one thing, keep this in mind, this is important in the long run. You're sitting on over half of the fresh water in this hemisphere within the borders of your country. What you gotta do is make sure that you actually still on it. You understand that? You should look into that. Because that's what we get to kill each other over next. It's not gonna be oil, it's gonna be water. The main thing is, I think this is a country where he decided to create a society that was about taking care of each other and making sure that everybody was going to be okay. And I envy that. So I think you're a shining example for a lot of the world. I've always believed that. So, just remember, this is really important. It's important to us down south and the rest of the world for you to not forget to be Canadian. This is for Lightfoot and Leonard Cohen and Tyson who wrote it. But tonight it's also for Mary Martin. Never hit 17 when you play against the dealer, 'cause you know the odds don't rise with you. Never leave your woman alone with your friends around. Just dealers should be gambled and lost like summer wages. And it's keep rolling along till we come to Vancouver and more. Our love is living there. It's been 6 long months, even more as I songwriter.